Hello, you guys. This is Colatius and Latius, and welcome to Mr. Love. I'm going to be reading Gavin's story. No Ketos, sadly, because I didn't get his card. I think a couple people actually said they didn't like his story, but I don't remember why. I'm glad I don't remember why, because now I can do this blind. So, this video is going to be the date for Gavin's Halloween event and Deserted City date. I love the evolve card. I kind of remember what it looks like, and I don't have it yet because unfortunately all of them require recorded pens, and they all require 28 of them, and I'm working on Luisian second because he's my second favorite character and Gavin third, although I feel like he's like a second character favorite. He's just amazing, bro. So legend has it that once in the deserted city, oh, I almost forgot to do that, there will be a lonely devil singing blues songs. All right. 3 months ago, the Exorcist Guild received a report from the Exorcist codenamed Heron on his detailed inquiry into someplace. The sum, I think, the so-called tale of the devil in the deserted city is nonsense. It's just a rumor fabricated by the travelers going in the desolate city. I contacted the girl named Angie. Who is this talking? But she knew nothing about it. Gavin. She's merely a descendant of the war survivors. Ooh, so we are a descendant of the war survivors. So he's a exorcist, not a vampire. Dude, I would totally love to see him fight against Victor and Luisian. I know Keto turned into, or he's a vampire too, I think. Just in case, I will conduct a purification ritual for the whole city before returning to the guild. Heron. The morning sun rose from the... Is this the first time I've seen this background? I think so. The morning sun rose from the mountains, everything being vibrant. Only the... that's a flower, right? On the doorstep, drooped and listlessly, with withered leaves. It failed again. I laid down the watering can, sadly. I planted it as an old gardener had told. But why did it always fail in blooming? Is it because I'm untalented? No, maybe, I don't know. I was upset when I suddenly heard footsteps coming from behind. Looking back, I caught sight of a man in striking white clothes that reflected bright rays of light. I'm pretty sure this is Gavin, and looks like he...
Are you?
Wow. Dude, he looks hot, bro. He has bandages. Knowing the main character, she's not gonna ask, why do you have bandages on your neck and what looks to be a gun on you too? Man, I wish there was a way we can get these sprites without the text. Goodness. Okay, for some reason, his clothes looked darker. I thought his clothes were, again, dark grayish, like Luisian in the picture. So, yes, pardon me, who are you? It's interesting how Luisian... I don't know about Keto, though, but... It's interesting how we are the only ones that remembered him. Or we know him. The young man, but it looks like they never met each other here. The young man didn't reply, but looked me up and down with a glint of caution and scrutiny in his eyes. Seconds passed before he spoke.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Gavin, bitch. Oh, he has a cross too. Why do you have a cross necklace? A gun, I'm assuming? Dressed like sexy boy, and why do you have bandages in your neck? I don't know, but we're not gonna ask that, are we? I blinked in a trance while he continued.
I'm looking for information about someone.
That's not me. About whom? He just said it.
Did a young man dressed in clothes similar to mine come here about 3 months ago?
Oh, I thought he said he was looking for us. He was in some He was in some very beautiful uniform, which would certainly catch the eyes of all passerby. I tried hard to search for it in my memory, but to no avail. I could not but shake my head. No, this is the first time I've seen such clothes. Gavin seemed surprised by my reply, casting me such a long glance that even made me uneasy. Seeing his meditative look, I asked carefully, Mr. Gavin, what happened to the young woman you've mentioned? Vampire, maybe? Gavin frowns greatly, with slight hesitation.
He's missing.
Oops. Missing? Oh, fuck.
Yes. He had mentioned you in his last message, so I came here to find him.
Why? He mentioned me?
Have you really never seen this person?
I tried hard to recall, but it was as if my memory 3 months ago were somehow erased, leaving just a vast mist. Shocker. When I approached that mist, a sudden pain came and interrupted my thoughts. Ouch! Itai. The pain made me stagger a few steps. Gavin subconsciously stretched out his hands and held me.
What's wrong? Are you all right?
No. I'm fine. I hesitated for a moment before I turned to him and apologized. Sorry, there's something wrong with me. From a long time ago, I started to keep forgetting things sometimes, so... Gavin frowned and stared into my eyes as if judging whether I was telling the truth. After a while, he glanced at the deserted city in the distance and then turned his eyes back to me.
How much do you know about that city?
What city? Do you mean the deserted city? I heard it used to be a fortress connecting the canyon, later ruined by war. Survivors been living in our village ever since. Oof, that's terrible. After that, there had been a tale about that city. It said that in the city lives a devil who provoked a war. The devil still wanders in the deserted city. If a person goes near the city, it will suck his blood dry and grab his soul. I do not want to step in that city. No. So people living nearby dare not go close there.
Are you a descendant of the survivors, too?
Oh, wait, the letter, right? In the beginning, we were descendant, right? Yes.
So that's what it is in the report.
Ugh, the report. Gavin stopped there and then turned to ask me, a solemn look on his face.
Can you do me 2 favors, please?
Too much. What favors?
I'm hoping you can help me locate Heron.
Heron? Oh, that letter was us, or from Heron to us, because it said Heron in the bottom, right? Hooray for my memory. I can't even remember a couple minutes ago. Fuck! Slightly stunned, I nodded after a moment of hesitation. What's the other? Embarrassed. Gavin looked at me after a pause.
I cannot find a hotel nearby, so...
Can I stay over? He's blushing. He blushing.
May I stay at your house for a little while?
What? Yes, you are totally allowed to. Looking up, I saw Gavin hitting nails intently to fix the hole in my roof. Thinking he's a... What do you call those people? I can't think of the word for a moment right now. Thinking of his bold request the day we first met, I still couldn't understand why I hadn't refused him at the time. Fortunately, he is not a bad guy. Thinking of this, I rubbed my face that was getting hot. Gavin seemed to have noticed me noticing him, then he nodded to me.
It'll be finished soon.
Thank you. He hit the last nail, checked the fix, and then leaped down straight from the roof before I passed him in the ladder. I stared at him, wide-eyed, just like every other times when I saw him using the skills. He seemed to get used to it.
Is there anything else that I can do for you?
I don't know. Nothing really. You're a guest, but you helped fix the roof. I'm already very grateful.
Such a large hole in your roof. Why haven't you had it fixed?
I don't know. Not that bad. I just need to put 2 buckets to collect water when it rains. Oh. Anyway, I thought she was dodging his question. Anyway, thanks a lot. Well, are you going out today? Recently, Gavin had been investigating nearby... I just realized why I think he's not a vampire or he's investigating, because I forgot he's a fucking cop. And he has a gun and he investigates, so he's an exorcist, I'm assuming. Recently, Gavin had been investigating nearby, trying to locate the fellow exorcist, so he is one.
Yes. So, you still can't remember things from the past?
No. I understood my memory was vital because in hundreds of things in games, my memory is always shot to shit. I understood my memory was vital to his investigation, but I could only shake my head in apology.
Never mind. Don't bother to apologize.
Oh, he said and looked again at the deserted city not far away. Beyond the dense forest, all he could see was the ancient tower lying at the top of the city. Below the dark spire was a small window like a deity's eye, overlooking everything on the ground.
Tonight is a full moon.
Oof, that's a sentence we should totally always use when Halloween's here. The full moon night?
Yeah. It's generally the time when the devils have the strongest power and are most likely to appear.
Ooh. After a slight shock, oh, something suddenly occurred to me. Wait, are you going to the city? Gavin nodded without hesitation, because I am the cop. Bro.
Whether or not there really is a devil in the city,
Okay,
as an exorcist, I must go check it out.
Oh, Gavin, you're not a vampire.
I'll depart at dusk. Don't bother to make dinner for me.
No, we will make you dinner. You sit your ass down and you eat it. Wait, mate. Gavin, can I go with you? Because I always like to go in danger, but he's probably going to refuse. So you could be like, fuck no. He goes, and then we follow him. When Gavin paused slightly, I immediately added as I thought he was going to refuse me. If that city really has something to do with my lost memory, I may find some clues there. Let me go with you. In case of any danger, I promise not to drag you down. After a deep gaze at me, after a long gaze, Gavin nodded.
Follow behind me. Don't act arbitrarily.
He agreed just like that. Sure, please. Yay. Seeing his look, I fumbled for words in my head, tilted, but eventually gave him a big smile. Since we're setting out soon, let's have a big meal tonight. Is he gonna refuse? Because he might be like, oh no, too big meal, gonna drag me down. Can I bother the great exorcist to help me get the meat ready? Seeing me blinking hard at him, he nodded with a smile, his knitted brows seemingly stretched.
Okay, let me help you.
Thank you. After the fancy dinner, we set out for the destination. Oh, this is pretty. No, this is a different... Or is that the background with the one that we first started with Lucian's story, but just a sunset? Because, wow. Passing the abandoned road in the village, we arrived at the legendary cursed city before dark. On the boulder-built wall. Whoa, boulder-built wall. That's hard to say. That's... Okay. There's like a gazillion W's. Okay. On the build wall were war traces. That was... difficult to say. The towering city gate, ruined by gunfire, lay in the bushy weeds. Oof. Some mice crossed the shrubs swiftly. Shrubs like bushes, tree bushes, right? Those shrubs. I don't know. Not tree bushes, but bushes on the ground. Of course, duh, where they gonna be at the fucking sky? And a harsh crow caw. Caca, caca, came overhead. Gavin seemed to have perceived something and grasped my hand that had been gripping his sleeve. Gavin, oh no.
Follow close to me.
Follow close to me, sweetie. What'd you say? I didn't say anything. With a sword handle cautiously held in the other hand, he led me into the deserted city. In the deadly silence and emptiness, we first saw bones of the dead and rotten weapons littered on the street. Oof. The sun set slowly in the distance, dyeing all of the ruins as red as fire, or as red as blood. Seeing the scene, I unconsciously stopped, deep in a trance. No, it's not. It's different. Too bad it's not sunset here. Somehow, the intact look of the ruins flashed through my mind. Eeta! Ouch! Feeling a sudden stabbing pain, I staggered and fell down with my head covered by hands. Gavin instantly steadied me.
Are you okay?
Oh, that was a flashback. I'm like, why are we in this location now? I'm lost. Daijoubu, are you okay? Just now, I seemed to see what this place used to be like. At the street corner was a candy store owned by Uncle Chubby. He would put one more candy into the kids' pockets each time they bought from him. And the empty lodge. I remember the youngest son just turned 1 year old. That house with mud covering the doorway belonged to the old gardener who taught me to plant flowers. The city should be beautiful and prosperous with fountains and bustling streets. It's not supposed to be like this. I shook my head as if throwing the bad memory out of my mind. After thrown bad memories out of my mind. After I calmed down, I held Gavin's hand and stood up, smiled at him. I'm fine. If my head hurts again, I'll go home right away. I won't cripple you. Since I had asked to come with him, I couldn't become his burden, but her memories are sort of coming back. Is that important? Moreover, as long as I was with him, I somehow felt reassured. After a long silence, Gavin clenched my hand tighter and said word by word.
We've come together. Don't worry. I will protect you.
Oh, thank you, Gavin. As time went by, a full moon came up slowly among still rosy clouds, and we went deep in the city. Let me move. All right, put my head on the pillow. There we go. There came a cool evening breeze, making the broken window swaying and creaking. The darkness fell. Where's the dark? We seemed to be encircled by a layer of mist, with some rustling voices heard occasionally. Gavin, have you felt... Can you see the mist? You can feel mist? You can see it? Gavin nodded and took a fragile pendant from his neck. The gem Therion seemed to give out some soft light, dispersing the mist around us slightly.
I have yet to detect a devil's scent. There's only one place that is left unchecked.
Uh-oh. He looked up at the tallest building in the city. Small break. I'm liking the story so far. I don't know why people don't like it unless the ending was shit. I don't know, bro. Scratching my neck. In the twilight, the tower remained unaffected by the wars, soaring into the sky like a sharp sword. Does the devil live in that place?
We'll find out soon.
Uh-oh. As we were determined, we walked towards the tower along the road. However, after we just crossed a lane, a figure suddenly appeared in front of us. Gavin shielded me behind him subconsciously and then called out before he drew his sword.
Heron!
Heron? Oh, shit. Gavin instantly recognized the vague figure behind the dense mist. On hearing the call, that figure stopped there. Gavin rushed. I would not do that. The man finally showed us his face. I wish we could see his face. That was a common and young face, wearing the white uniform similar to Gavin's. He looked unreal in the curling mist. On seeing Gavin, the confused Heron shrank his pupils and turned tail. Turned tail like he ran? Is that what that means? As if he saw something that terrified him desperately. What's going on? Maybe us. But I'm pretty sure he's not in his mind right now or ever right now. I was confused, but Gavin had already run up with his hand in his? Crap, I didn't read that. The mist got denser and denser and gradually blurred the directions. When we were almost losing him, I thought for a while and then loosened Gavin's hand, pushing him away. Gavin looked at me confused, as if he didn't understand my intentions. Can't you fly? Perhaps it's... I'm sorry, but unless he told us that he has wind, because I'm like, how do you know this? If you fly high?
What about you?
I guess he told her. Don't worry about me. I'll catch up with you. He didn't go away, but thought for a while. Then he stepped forward and pulled me into his arms gently.
Hold on to me tightly.
Thank you. What? I was suddenly held aloft by a force that stunned me so much that I held Gavin tight almost instinctively. When reopening my eyes, I saw only the crows flying by us and the sun setting in the distant mountains. Am I really flying?
Yeah. If you don't believe it, just look down.
I don't want to look down. Well, oh, forget it. A burst of faint laughter seemed to skim over my ears. In the evening breeze mixed with Gavin's breath, I gradually felt relieved with the warm and strong palms around my waist. Looking down, I saw the mist that used to trap us, wafting underfoot and covering the whole city. I looked around and then blurted, I see him running toward the tower. The tower? Gavin replied briefly. The wind rose suddenly from his whole body and swept toward its tower. Then the mist, as if alive, scattered in surprise. When we stopped head on, we were just standing beneath the tower. Ah, you are. Unlike Gavin's tidy uniform, the man's white robe was blood-stained. Whoa. Not shocked. His face distorted with fear. He tried to speak, but failed to utter a complete syllable. What's wrong with him? Gavin said nothing, but carefully shielded me behind him. Heron finally reacted, pointing his trembling finger at Gavin. He squeezed a few words in hoarse voice. You are the devil! Who did he call the devil exactly? Upon this, the sharp wing fluttering came from everywhere. Then a group of bats flew through the ruins and attacked us. Oh my gosh!
Watch out!
Watch out! In the chaos, Gavin protected me with one hand, the other clenching the pendant hanging before his breast. The bats, as if frightened by it, dared not attack us. The bats floating between us, we simply couldn't get close to the other side. Gavin. I'm not done. I don't know who's here. I guess you. You must take care. Heron reached his hand out to Gavin before he could speak. A dark mist surged from the tower behind him. Ouch. Ooh. Then countless sharp claws violently dragged him inside. Ouch. That's terrifying. Oh. Without the last hesitation, Gavin... Also, that's what this pic is about. Gavin held the pendant in his mouth and drew the exorcist sword something. Then suddenly, the sudden silver flash frightened the bats to scatter. Ah, so that's... Okay, I see. Where's the sword, though? You can't... I don't know. I just realized he has 2 belts on him. The path between us and the tower. Hey. I was like, did you break on me, game? He waved away the last bat and dashed toward the tower on the tail of the dark mist. The moment... Ooh, that was something. The moment we took a step inside the tower, a big bang came from behind us. Ruh-roh. The heavy door suddenly closed. We were swallowed in the endless darkness. Gavin, the door! It won't open.
Let me try.
Gavin pushed the door forcibly, but the door, as if invisibly locked, remained motionless. What shall we do now?
Let's see if we can find another way out.
Perfect idea. Okay. Uh-oh. Did the game just do a ding? A ding? Hearing some crisp sounds, I saw a ray of tender light shone up before me. It was from the pendant of Gavin. The pendant radiance, jade white and sparkling, lit up our faces. The steep stairs led us upwards, and in this confined and dark space, they seemed endless. The chaos outside the tower was like an illusion. Inside, there were only our monotonous steps echoing in the silent tower.
Are you tired?
Are we tired? Maybe. Phew. Yokata, daijoubu. I'm alright. I calmed my slightly accelerated breath and looked at Gavin climbing steps up front in the only light source. His figure was extraordinarily clear. Instantly, my mind seemed to ripple. Uh-oh. Gavin.
What's wrong?
I'm a bit curious about your experience. I've never left this place, so I wonder what outside world is like. Gavin contemplated for a while, then nodded slowly.
Sure.
Gavin talked about the carnival in the capital city, the returning boats near the fishing harbor, and the smoke hanging straight in the vast desert. Having traveled widely, he boasted an endless story on the very long stairs. But the stairs finally led to an end. The door of the tower was closed at hand. I envy you so much.
Do you want to see for yourself?
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Absolutely, but I may not have a chance.
Why?
Why? Do you still remember the flowers at my door? I thought that on the day they bloomed, I would leave the village and go explore the outside world. Well, there you go. That's why it never bloomed. But however hard I water or nourish them, they never bloom. Maybe the devil hasn't only cursed the entire city, but also me. Whenever I start staring at the city, I wonder who will be my rescuer. Gavin seemed captured by my sense of loss and glanced at me suspiciously.
Are you all right?
No. Will you be my savior? I reached my hand to him, as if to the redemption driftwood before drowning. Gradually, my voice became airy, as light as the ghost's murmuring. Just before I could grasp Gavin's hand, he suddenly stepped back. Gavin?
That's why Heron fled.
Because we are.
It was not me that he was scared of, but...
Us! Ah, yeah. He reserved the remaining words. In the reflection of his eyes, there were a pair of blood-red eyes amid the glory of the halidom. Those were my eyes. Also the devil's. Oof. In the narrow space, the previous sweet atmosphere receded. A faint smell of blood came out of me. Sensing wavering in his unhesitating eyes for the first time, I found a great pleasure of satisfaction. The truth was so obvious, but he still wanted to reconfirm it.
When did you start to possess her?
Huh? Possessor? We're possessed? Okay. My great exorcist, what are you talking about? I'm the devil in this dead city from the very start. As if cheering for my own acting, I burst out laughter scrumptiously. The sharp laughter lingered in the silent tower, causing numerous rounds of echo from below, as if grave whining in an abyss. I cleared my throat, raised my chin again, and looked meaningfully at the young exorcist. I guess you have doubted me at the very beginning, right?
You are the target for my investigation.
Rip.
Heron mentioned you in the investigation report, saying you know nothing about the deserted city. But I have to confirm it for myself.
Uh-oh. If so, even if I don't propose, you would find the way to bring me into the city, right? Gavin didn't reply, but his eyes told me everything.
I doubted you, but I prefer to trust you.
Uh-oh. Gavin dropped his head as if unable to hard-heartedly proceed. He then raised his eyes, from which emotions receded like tide ebb. Yes, he turned back to the foreboding look when we first met.
Did you cheat Heron like this?
Yikes.
Where is he now?
Take a guess. Take a guess? I smiled and walked toward him progressively. He had to step back to avoid me, while his straight back touched the closed door. It opened responsively. The candle spontaneously ignited without wind, reflecting the whole room. He is right with us. Oh no. Unexpectedly, he escaped the confinement of the array and alerted you. But no biggie in the end. No big deal in the end. With an exorcist noble soul, I can definitely exchange for more. I swayed my hand, and an iron chain from one corner extended abruptly and flew directly to Gavin. Whoa. And towards Gavin. He simply avoided the first chain, while his other hand was firmly fastened and pulled aside.
Release me.
Release me, you devil. The candlelight in the room shined on Gavin's sweaty forehead. I paced delightfully to him and cracked a smile. Don't struggle, or do you think you can fly away from the window? My voice carried something power. Ordinary people would have given up, but Gavin insisted in talking brokenly.
Can you hear me?
Oh no, he's talking.
I need your answer. Trust me, I will definitely...
He's sweating, bro. Who are you talking to? Haven't I told you the truth? I am Angie. Haha. I offered him a bright smile, which was of no difference from all the smiles he had ever seen from me. But Gavin's face returned with disgust, resistance. The once gentleness was gone. I was stunned, not prepared to see such expressions. But that's fine. After the ceremony, his soul will stay here forever. Be my companion. Stay with me forever and ever and ever. The eyes were blurred and obsessively, only Gavin's fragile neck in sight. Oh. Uh-huh. So he just got turned into a vampire. Ha ha ha, finally! Something different! Because obviously, I don't think an exorcist is supposed to have red eyes. Ha ha! Human, however powerful, as long as being stuck in with my fangs will simply become fish on a chopping board. What? I leaned in and slowly opened my mouth with white fangs placed onto his burning skin. Gavin released a noise from his throat. Nah. Oh, how dare you? The sweet taste of blood filled up in my mouth, making me shudder. I indulged in the sinful pleasure and craved for more, without noticing Gavin's words.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Hold tightly. The Halidom.
This makes me want to play Fire Emblem so bad. I want to play it. I want to marry Claude. Yes, a massive intake of fresh blood muddled my brain. I cared nothing but the taste of the soul on my buds.
Devil, get out of her. Get out!
Get out. Ah! Oh my god! I screamed and released Gavin's neck, only to find I couldn't move my right hand. Though still bleeding at his wound, Gavin ignored as if he felt nothing. Notwithstanding, one hand still confined, he forced me to clench that halidom by holding my fingers with the other hand. The acute pain grew from my palm to the rest of my body. I spared all efforts to get away, but Gavin's hands were fixed onto mine. I cried out, "Gavin, I am Angie. You'll kill me like this." Oh, is that the...
Only you are to be killed.
Oh, how's this gonna work? Whoosh. Halidon's dazzled bright brilliance outdid the candlelight in the room and immersed me therein. While I was falling down the brilliance, I heard a clamor approaching from somewhere far away. Girl, is that us? It's horrible. The city's gate's broken down. The enemy's getting inside. Spare my life. Angie, who is there? Angie, run! The city's gate's broken down. Escape the tower and lock the door. You will survive. Oh, shit. City gate? Looking around bewilderedly, I found myself back in the deserted city, surrounded by people's wailing and moaning with falling boulders overhead. The boulders ruined the house, fountain, and garden. The resultant fires burned the entire city. Purgatory on earth. Oh, what is this? I bluntly looked at the person before me, as his face seemed to be covered in a mist. Only his warning words poured into my ears. You are the only hope of this city. You must live on. What about you? It's too late. Run. No. I ran toward the tower with my seemingly uncooperative legs. Numerous crying and screaming, sobs and screaming lingered in my ears like incantations. So how did we get possessed, though? In the chaos, an announcement was spoken like a knife in my brain. Kill them all. No one left. No. I knelt with my intensively aching head, and I opened my teary, blurred eyes again. I found myself actually standing in the tower. Oh, inside was empty, and outside was dead, is very silent. What's going on? I stumbled to view in the tower, a glimpse downward. My breath was stuck in my throat. A dead city. All I could see was death. The once sweet candies, vigorous flowers, and prosperous streets were buried in ruins under the blood-red sunset. How come I don't believe? I must leave here. I went to push the closed door in panic, but it remained motionless despite all efforts. In the shadow of the room, a voice came with sweet smiles. Do you want to restore everything? What? Do you want to bring them all back to life, including your friends and your neighbors? Don't you want to see everyone alive and accompany you forever? I do.
Open your eyes.
Uh-oh. As long as you sacrifice enough souls, I will reverse everything for you. Give it to me. I will help bring back the important people around you, but you will need to deliver me your power first. Give to whom?
The purification ritual has been initiated. Wake up.
Oh, thank you. Who is calling? Sounds so familiar. Good. Now reach out into your hand. Walk toward your shadow. Gavin, is that you?
It is me. Listen, I cannot break through this closed space. You have to get out with your own power.
Uh-oh.
I believe you can. I will be there for you.
Aww. Gavin was anxiously calling me in my mind, while the devil was growling at my ears impatiently. What are you hesitating about? Don't you want to return to the beautiful days in the past? The senses of the once prosperous city flashed across my brain. Next second, they were covered in blood and turned into ruins I just saw by the tower window. No, they're dead already. They'll never come back. I violently escaped from the devil's possession and looked toward the only exit in the room. I won't be fooled by you again. I don't want illusionary happiness. I don't want fake. And the devil screaming, I walked step by step, speeded up to reach the closed window, and jumped out. No! No! Oh no. The broken glasses pierced my face, and the wind passed my ears wildly. I smiled and opened my arms to the rapidly approaching ground, as if awaiting a long, did she just jump? Miss warm hug. The next second, I fell into that embrace as expected. Oh, that's what he meant by... Right? Gavin's neck was stained with blood, but his gaze on me was brighter than the stars. I heard the whistling wind in his voice as well.
I've got you.
Aw. I've got you, dear. Oh, is the flower gonna finally bloom? Long after, there was a new legend near the deserted city. Legend had it that one night, some dazzling white rays emitted from the tower top, ascendingly seen from afar. They saw light falling down the window, and then a blast of wind carried it far away. People interrupted as if a non-salvageable soul being taken away the angle of the wind. If it's not the gods' holy work, how could this strange story make sense? As if it went, the travelers were once told, who were once missing in the city, reappeared unharmed beneath the tower. Now the once devil-occupied deserted city has become a vastly visited holy city. Interesting, presenting a new bustling look. While I am still living in the log cabin, occasionally explorers may pass by my doors and curiously inquire about the city's city secret stories and inexplicable legend. I replied with a smile, shaking my head slightly. One day, when I was doing some hours house cleaning, I heard some knocking on the door. Coming! Probably some traveler heading to the city again. I thought and opened the door. It's Gavin. Thank you. I saw the familiar white figure bathing in the bright sunshine. He smiled and reached out his hand to me. At the door, the flowers bloomed. I knew it. The colorful plants swung in the wind, with the fragrance lingering around us.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Aw. That was awesome. I was living alone near the deserted city. I encountered an exorcist one day and decided to assist him with the investigation of his missing comrade. As the legend goes, a devil will appear on the night of the full moon. So Gavin and I decided to explore the city tonight. Out of expectation, his comrade showed up. To chase after him, we were led to a carelessly locked and the topest building of the city, the tower. In blood, red collections, the devil showed up at last, while Gavin and I were faced with hard choices. When I made the step to the outside, would the swing flower bloom as promised? It did. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed the story. He didn't turn into a vampire, he's an exorcist, but yeah, I did that look. So let's take a sound, or let's listen to his phone call. Prankster ghosts.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes. Fucking hell, what the fuck is going on? Ah.
Hello?
You scared me? Wait, give me back my phone. Oh, we're getting our phone stolen? Gavin, hey, don't take my phone. If you take it again, I'll hit you.
You all right? Are those little ghosts still pestering you?
I like how the little ghosts are still pestering me. Yes, and not just pestering, they're literally dragging me along.
I shouldn't have let them take you away just now.
I shouldn't have let those ghosts be dragging you.
Where are you right now? I'll come find you.
I'm to the right of the strange-looking castle. Okay, I won't talk. Don't get excited.
What was that about?
They won't let me stay. They want you to really look for me. They really are prankster ghosts. Anyway, I've already been roped into playing with them, so if you don't mind...
Not at all. Have fun with them.
Have fun with your ghost. Ghosty friends. Yeah, have fun.
Although, it's almost time for the Halloween parade. I remember you saying you want to see it.
Yeah. Actually, I can see it from where I am right now. I didn't say anything. You heard wrong, little pal.
I know where you are now. I'll be right there. Hang on.
Gavin, we're preparing to relocate.
Copy. I see the castle. You left from the right side of the castle?
Right. We're just chatting. You guys are getting paranoid. I haven't revealed anything.
Up ahead, there's just this haunted house. Are you inside?
No. Strictly speaking, no. Oh.
Then you're on the roof? I don't see you.
Wait a sec. Okay.
I saw you this time. You move fast.
Damn. Don't laugh. It wasn't easy to get an opportunity to stick my head out to the ghosts. Although, to be honest, there's quite the view up here.
Then let's watch the parade from up there. Although maybe first we'll have to send those little ghosts packing. I've made it to the roof. All right, little ghosts. Let my girl go.
Let my girl go, ghosties. No, don't. We're dying, please. No, we're getting blown away. Oh no. That's funny. Don't be scared. They aren't real. Halloween costume, yeah. How'd you keep it cool? No, Gavin, please. No. Ghost. No, she's mine. We are gonna fight for this rooftop. No, ha ha ha, we're ghosts. You can't touch us. Yes, I can. Oh no. The ghost. Oh no. Dude, I'm picturing in my mind right now. It's fucking hilarious. It's like Gavin's chasing the ghost around. They're like, oh no, but we're ghosts. You can't touch us. And that is the date for Gavin, which, so here's the card, Twilight, Prelude. I unfortunately don't have the evolution card. It would have been nice if he had red eyes because he got bitten, but no. Devil, no. And that was the date for Gavin's, all of the dates that I've done are events. Huh? Am I blind? Oh, deserted city date. Yeah, probably never gonna get that. Oh, I love this card. You would think... Oh no, I have more Victor, don't I? I think I'm gonna do this midnight date, not in my videos, but just because that card costs like 150 maybe to get. It's a VIP points thing. So yeah, sadly I cannot read Kito's card because I never fucking got it. So that's okay though. I mean, I actually learned that I got really lucky. So the reason why you didn't see me pull Gavin is because it happened on the last day of my free try. Literally, I couldn't have recorded it because how the fuck would I know, right? The last day, the final pull, and the game graced me with, oh my god, Gavin's card. Thank you, Lord. But that was after a gazillion of plays, okay? Like, ugh. That was just cauterized, bro. Wish tree. Love you, bro. So yeah, I cannot show you the evolution. Well, I could from the story. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed these videos. That was a lot of fun reading them. Halloween. It better be. Cost me a lot of money to get. So, today is the... I guess today's video is going to be about the birthday trip invitation. I forgot. The 8th is going to be... I'll call it part 2, complete 3 Tuscan, or... Yeah, part 2, I think it's the final. It's just going to now go into his event. And I guess he'll be talking just like how it was with Gavin's birthday. Is it this one? So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you, I guess, tomorrow, or it depends on when I want to record. Probably tomorrow, because No. I was gonna say because I'm heading to the gym, but that's not probably gonna happen late like it did last time, though. So it's either gonna be tomorrow or today. Today or tomorrow. I don't know. So yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.